G'day, welcome to Virtual Nature with me, Wendy. Today we're looking at platypus. Platypus are one of my favourite animals. They're located all down the east coast of Australia and Tasmania, and that's it for them in the whole wide world. The other weird thing about them, they're one of the only 2 egg-laying mammals in the whole world, the other one being, of course, the echidna. They are also really ancient. So we think they were around when the dinosaurs were walking around the planet. We think we can date them back to about 120 million years, which is pretty extraordinary. So what we're going to do today is that we're going to have a look at some of my favourite ponds, and we're going to try and find some platypus. Now the trickiest thing to do with them is you've got to really go at dawn or dusk. We're here at dawn. That's my favourite time. I just heard a Azure kingfisher go over. So my favourite time, sorry, I get distracted by nature very easily. Dawn is better for me. I take people to see platypus all the time, and I find that dawn is best, and this particular creek is pretty good. Usually they are all up and down the east coast. They all are in the creeks around Byron, but we found after the drought that we just had last year that their numbers have plummeted. So even in this system, where I used to see at least 4 or 5 in one day, I'm not seeing that many anymore. When you see lots of action in the water, it can be actually the platypus food swimming around. And the platypus mostly eat invertebrates like insect larvae and insects, but they really love freshwater yabbies. Bridges are also great places to see platypus, because if you do see them, you can hang out high on the bridge and they can't see you, which is pretty cool. Let's see if there's any in this pond today. There's a little water dragon perusing the creek. I don't see them in this part very often, but I have. And when you do, it's extraordinary because you get to see them rolling over the rocks. Hang on a sec, is that one? You can see this one has a red plastic band around its neck where it's picked up somehow in the water. There's been several attempts to try and catch this one to get this ring off its neck, but so far we've been unsuccessful. This one's also exhibiting foraging behaviour, where we see them moving their heads to and fro in the water, looking for yummy things to eat. I suppose when you've got an itch, you need to scratch it. But like all mammals, they can get ticks, which are a bit annoying that this one's probably trying to dislodge.
When you're looking for platypus, they quite often will produce bubbles and ripples, which are a bit of a giveaway when they're about to pop up to the surface. Platypus are very shy, so you want to make sure they don't see you when you're looking for them on the banks of the creeks. But fun fact, when they go underwater, they actually close their eyes and emit little electrical pulses out of their bills. Platypuses are generally solitary. You usually only see more than one at once when they're breeding, which is around August to October, and when the mums are out with their puggles. Their gestation period is about 28 days, and then the incubation period is about 10 days. That's when they're incubating their eggs. Another fun fact about platypus is they don't have nipples. They just secrete milk out of their stomach area, which is very interesting. The platypus, of course, are one of the only two egg-laying mammals in the world, the other being the echidna. When we're down the creek looking for platypus, we quite often see other species.
So that's about it for the day. The platypus go to sleep about 1 hour after sunrise. They then go into their burrows, which are in the steep banks of creeks, and then they sleep all day, and then they wake up about an hour before sunset, and then they start their foraging, and they actually will forage for about 10 to 12 hours all night until dawn again, and then the cycle repeats. They are truly amazing creatures, and we've really got to do all of our best to try and preserve them.